Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining my webinar. It is my first webinar for in MyDBA. Uh, Today, we are going to see about MySQL rebuild using logical backups. About myself, I'm a database engineer working at MyDBA around 1 year. I have experience in 1 year in handling MySQL, and I have also experience in Postgres. Also, I am interested in AWS, and I have active blog. I have written on blog using how to take the backup of the large table using MySQL. And about MyDBox, we are providing the two services like the database consulting and we are providing the database management system also. We are also supporting more than 50 clients, and on top of that, we are supporting Flipkart, Amazon, Swiggy, and also the Dreamland, also some of the bigger companies are providing. And let's jump into our topics. The agenda of today's topic is what about the logical backups? What about the logical backups and the available backup tools for taking the logical backups, which are the MyDumper, MyLoader. Am I audible to everyone? Anyone?
Yeah, Karan, you are audible. You can go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for. We are going to say about which are the available tools for taking the backup, and which are like MySQL dump and load is most commonly using tools for taking the logical backup, and MySQL utilities recently introduced by MySQL. It is very useful to take the backups using Shell. It is more advanced than the previous backup tools like dump and all. Also, we have a little bit demo of how to take the backup of the table and using the Shell utilities, and we take the backup and we'll restore the backup using the Shell utilities. We will see more about that. About logical backup. So logical backup, we can say that we have for the job of the database administrator, the backup is a crucial part. Because without the backup, we can get screwed up later. Because if you have any hardware failure or if you have any manual mistakes like the human error, someone has accidentally or mistakenly delete something from the database, we have to restore the data. Because if we don't have the backup, we have some like face some business issues like that. We can face some disasters also because we are not taking the backup frequently. As a part of the DBA, we have to take the backups frequently, and we have to maintain the availability of the backups of any point of the time. So we can able to restore the backup without failing the consistent. We can take the back if we have the backup of the storage, we can pull the backup and we can restore the data during the point of the time we can make the backup. About the logical backup, it is not like the physical backup. It's not contain the actual files of the DB files. It will contain only the data. It is SQL format. Like we can have the create database statements, create table statements, and also the tables which we have the rows, right? Which the rows we have the insert statements also. Have the data. We can store the data using the insert statement also. For logical backup, it will contain the data which are available in the database in the each row. There is a single insert and with the table rows. We can insert the data into the view. We can also move the SQL files to another server. We can restore the data of the backup to the server also. It is like not. It will it is like the logical backups that we can, which are the available tools that are taking use for the logical backup. Most commonly, we are using MySQL dump for all the situations. It's very simple and it has options. But other than the MySQL dump, we are using MySQL dumper and loader, and also MySQL pump is there, and MySQL Celebrity recently added the tool for taking the backup. These are the backup tools available for taking the logical backup. MySQL dump. Here, it is one of the MySQL utilities using taking the logical dump of the database. It is single threaded. Yes, it is using only single thread used for taking the backup and restore the backup, and it does not include the routines and the events and all. So we have to if we want to take a backup of the routines and events, we have to mention that separately, like we have to mention the option, and we can also have the exact master position using the master data options in the MySQL dump. It's a little bit slower than compared to the other tools, but it is very simple to if everyone can understand easily. So it is very useful, and it is very like easily understandable tool for overall to all the we are using this. This is the common tool which are using to take the logical backup in a simple format. This is single threaded, so the process time is like very less compared to the other tools, like taking the backup and restore time is compared it will be less disadvantages of this tool. It is like we are most of them use this tool for taking the backup nowadays. And after that, we can move to the next part, which is the MySQL dumper and loader. It compared to the MySQL dump, it is a multi-threaded tool. We can use multiple threads to increase the process of the speed. Just it compared to the MySQL dump, it using multi-thread, like you can mention the number of threads we can use to take the dump, and it is dependent on the number of the other configuration in the server, depend on the core. So we can use the threads to increase the process of the dump and taking the backup and restore the backup. It is way faster than the previous tool like MySQL dump. We can have the extra options in the MySQL dumper and loader. It split the work into two, so you can add the extra options to make the consistency of transaction and the exclude database. If you want to take the backup of the sum of the database only, you can take the backup of using exclude database. You want to remove which are the database you don't want to take the backup. And the backup size it has a compression default. So if you mention the compression, the backup size will be way more lesser than the other backup tools which are using to take the backup. It is it is a sample command software. We are taking the backup dump using dump. We have to mention the host. We can use the remotely take the backup also. We can take remotely, and we have to use the username password which is the port MySQL is running, and we have to mention the output folder. Output folder which the dump is going, which the folder the dump is going to be stored. We have to mention the output folder also. Rows, how many rows it will be processed, and the compress is the options you have to compress the files, the dump file. So it will reduce the space occupied by the dump files and the threads. As I mentioned, number of the threads here and mentioned the file taking the dump, and verbose option we can give we can see the process of the taking dump, and log file is using to log if we find any error, we can get up any error, we can log the files in the log file, so we can mention the file. So using loader, we can load the data which are taking we have take the backup. We can use the MyLoader to load the backup into the target server. Host is like which server you need to, you can restore the same server which you take the backup, or you can restore the backup to the remote server, any other server which you can restore the backup. You have to mention the user and password report on the directory, means which are the output directory you have to take the backup, right? You can move some other directory, and you can move the backup to the other server. So you can mention the directory which are the backup is available in the server, and queries per transaction. The query per transaction means per transaction how many queries can be executed. For default it is 1,000. We can mention how to improve the process. Also there is a thread is that we can mention like how many threads used to load the data. We can mention that also. Also mention the log file to log the error or some error. If we find anything in the while loading the database, we can get the log file to see the error in the log file. On MySQL pumps, it is more like the MySQL dump. It is also but it is like using the parallelism for taking the dump. Default is using two threads for default parallelism is using the two threads to take the backup, and it is like a little bit have the more efficiency than the MySQL dump. This high performance backup, and it is also used it will also we can use to take the dump of the users and all. It will include the user credentials, which are the account use access accounts available in the MySQL. You can use this MySQL form to take the MySQL users as well, and we can also monitor this has a option called process integrator. So it is used to monitoring the process of the dump also. Last thing is like MySQL cell utilities. It is way more advanced, and we have powerful utilities to take the dump, because it compared to the MySQL dump, MySQL dumper and all, it is using some it is used having the different pattern to use the take the dump from the server. We can also take the entire database instance as a instance with the users to take the dump, and we can specifically take the specific table, which are the large table, which is like more than 100 GB or 200 GB, right? We can take the backup of the specific tables using this. It is recently added in MySQL 8.0.2. They have added the features to take the specific tables. Before that, we have the only the utilities. These are the utilities available in the MySQL cell, because these are the 4 utilities are available in the MySQL cell. One is MySQL dump instance. It will take the entire database instance to dump all the database into a logical backup file. We can restore it to the another database with the entire data, with the including users also. We can take using this dump utility instance. And another one is dump schemas. It is for specific schemas. If you want to take the dump, you can use this utility dump schemas to make the set of schemas only. You have to take the dump. You can use this utilities to take the dump specifically, and you can use load dump. If you have the dump file, right, use this load dump to load the dump file which are you taking before using these above utilities. You can load the dump file to the database. And last one is dump tables. This is the recently added utilities in the MySQL cell. It is used to take the large backup, large tables. It is using by take the big backup, and it's compared to the other backups, right? Other backup tools, right? It have the most compression values than other than it is size is like 1/3 sizes will be there, because if you have the 80 GB table, if you have the 80 GB of the table size, if you're using this utility dump table, it will like only what is it? It's like only 3 GB of the backup size will be there. Backup size will be only 3 GB, and time also far more reduced than the MySQL dump and MySQL dumper. It is like this most advanced and powerful utility for taking the logical backup. I have shared the comparisons of these backup tools. You can see the backup time is compared to MySQL dump. Backup time is higher than the other tools, and the backup size, backup timing also higher. Import time is also higher than the other two. The backup size is far more down in less in the cell utilities. You can see that. So let me give some demo on the how to take the dump of the table, and you can restore it in some other database. Let me start my screen now. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, Karan.
So log into the mouse. The other one text. Here the 2GB table is present in the test database. I will take the dump of this table and I will restore it in the test2 schema. In test2 there is no tables of person. So I will go into the cell first. You can use this utility table dump tables to take the dump of this. You have to mention the table name which are going to take the dump, and we need to mention the schema which are the table is present in the table, and we have to mention the path we are going to store the database dump, the table dump which are going to store the dump. I will start the dump. You can see that after start the dump, it will occur the read log, and it will start taking dump of using the 4 threads. Default it will take 4 threads. You can see how fast it's taking the dump of this table, and we can show how many files will be there in the table. It will split the table into chunk by chunk, and it will store the insert query for all the tables. Dump is completed. You can see how much time it takes for taking the dump. It is taking around only 36 seconds to take the dump of the table. You can see it's like 1.96 GB. It is compressed size is 800 MB only. You can see number of rows written, ratios. And I will show how to restore the dump. Start taking the dump, right? I will show first the dump file. You can see this is a dump file. We have the split it into idx file, .idx file is there. These are the dump. So you can also see the table structure. You can see the table structure of the table. You can also see the database you are taking it back. Now I will show how to restore the backup using utility load dump utility. First, we have to mention the path which are the backup is available, right? Root slash code table. And then we have to mention the schema which are going to restore the table. I mentioned like this because the table is not present in this schema, so I will restore the backup in this. You can see like rows. It will split the rows into chunk, and you can see the exact count of the rows. So same for insert. It will restore the dump in from GST file. to the server, it is, you can see how much faster it will take. It's like it will faster than the other backups you can consider. Like it is also, because we are not mentioning the threads, it is defaultly using the 4 threads for loading the data. You can see how this much of the data. It split the whole records into same amount of chunks. So you can see how many rows inserted. You can see the same amount of the rows inserted in the all the threads which are using. You can also see the speed of the dump. It is like 6 MB per second. So it's loading. They are using some other schemas, like other tools like MySQL dump, or like it will take more time than the MySQL Solidity.
Sorry to interrupt, Karan. So, yes,
Hello?
please use the Q&A tab to post the queries, because we get a lot of questions in the chat window. So it might get lost. So that is the reason we request all of you to use the Q&A tab to post your queries so that we can answer that at the end of the session. Yeah. So Yeah, Karan, you can continue.
Yeah, thank you. So almost going to complete the dump of the 2GB table. Say the first is complete. It is completed now. You can say how many chunks it is take to load the data. It is around like what take around 7 minutes to 41 seconds to load the data. You can see the logs from it. Check the table. It is present in the MySQL. You take the dump from the test one and we have loaded to the test two. We'll check the test two. It's all the same as the test two. You can see the comparison. Same chart taking from the dump from the test one, right? It will present in the test two database. Thank you. Thank you. You can ask questions.
Hey, thank you, Karan. So guys, so let us have the Q&A session. Let me unmute Kiran MK. So Kiran, you can ask the question directly to the speaker.
Hello?
Hi, Kiran.
Hello.
Yeah, Kiran, you can ask the question directly to the speaker.
Yeah. So the utility function, does it handle any complex data types? If in
We
case,
can
if my table has any map functions or any other data types like JSON or anything else, does it
So we
handle?
can, yeah, it will handle the different functions also. We can use that.
Because I see that it's a tab separated value or a column is separated by some sort of CSV or a tab, right? So
The dump file is loaded as a tab set with TSV file only. It loads the TSV file only.
yeah, if my
The
data has the tab
yeah,
already content, and does it cause any kind of differences while loading the data sets?
Technically, it won't, Karan. Technically, it won't.
yeah,
And of
it
course,
will
it
not.
won't because it supports JSON and the other complex data types like the, what to say, GIS functions also. Technically, it won't. They have
Okay.
internet restrictors and they really roll well. Okay, yeah. So you have any more questions? Yeah, fine. So let me unmute Periyanna Natarajan. He has a couple of questions. Yeah.
Hi, Karthik. Yeah, I just saw that, that the demo session, like, can we increase the thread or something, means to speed up that shell, like, means, I think, it is by default, right? By default it is 4 thread, is it? Or we can increase any parameter we need to set to
Yeah,
enable
we can increase the parameters. We can increase the thread to mention the thread option to increase the thread number of the threads available in the. It depends on the code which are available in the machine we are using, right? If we have the enough portion, we can add the number of cores to increase the process time.
Okay, where we need to add that, because I'm new to this shell, so that's why I'm just asking,
Yeah,
like,
okay,
any,
let me.
okay. Any configuration file or anything?
No, we can mention in the. It is like just another option. We have to mention like we are using the. We are mentioning the date. DB name and all, right? We have mentioned the table name and we have mentioned the database schema name, right?
Yes.
We can add the we can add the comma and we can mention threads. We can mention how many threads we can use number. We can use 12 threads or 13 threads. We can add the options in there.
Okay.
It is not. Yeah.
Yeah. So as Karan said, right, you can add the number of threads based on your core availability. And also one more thing is you can also chunk it. You can define the chunk size of your files for the easy parallelism. So it can make the importing much faster. And also you can have a compression also. So those are possible. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks,
You can mention
thanks,
trends and you can mention like this.
Yeah.
Okay, like that. Okay.
Yeah. Fine.
Yeah. Thanks, Karthik. Thanks,
Thank
Karthik.
you.
Yeah.
Yes, so Karthik, does it handle the constraints also when I'm dumping the data from one scheme? I mean, the existing scheme or from the backup and trying to load to the table which is having a foreign key constraint stuff. So should I manually have it disabled or does it handle internally?
So Kiran, even the MySQL dump, right? Whenever you try to import it, the foreign key checks are disabled at the front. And then you load the data and it is enabled as a part of the MySQL dump. Even here, the same case. It handles it, but of course, it's disabled at the load and then enabled at the end of the files. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Karthik, at the time of the shell backup, it's a read lock or means that means read operation can allow, right? Or any only DDL or DML or which operations will get
Current can you answer it?
Yeah, it is like a read lock only. It can read lock only will happen. It's not like hold the TP, not lock hold the TP to perform other.
Okay. Okay, so we can do any operation, right? I think DDL cannot, right?
Yeah, DDL cannot.
Okay. Okay. So DML I can.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually it depends on the consistency level we choose, because based on the consistency level, it locks the whole table also. Based on the consistency level we choose in the option, it is the options. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, because my question is in MEP, at the end of the backup, it will lock all the table, right? Will it lock means at any point or it won't log like it is.
Okay. So in MEB or extra backup, right, it's more of a
Yeah.
hot backup, and they
Yes.
lock at the end for the
Yes.
non-InnoDB tables,
Yes.
backups like your MySQL system tables and everything,
Yes.
and to have a very consistent bin log snapshot. Of course, they lock it for a momentarily, but it is not necessary here because it locks every table individually for the consistency.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Armugam has some question. Let me unmute him. Yeah, Armugam. Arul Murugan, sorry. Arul Murugan.
Good morning, Karthik. Since MySQL dump will support --master data to capture the bin log position to rebuild it in the remote server, will the utility support such kind of function?
Yeah, correct.
In utilities, we don't have the option for taking the position in MySQL selected.
Oh, sorry, can you please come again?
So the utility has this consistency option. So you can enable the data consistency option, and also the bin log also can be noted there and can be helped in the utility. It has the option to track the consistencies. Yeah.
So instead of the master data, we can.
Yeah.
And one more thing is, will it provide the support for remote host, like as we use -h for the remote server to take the backup?
Technically, it should. Because as they work on the 3306, right, TCP protocol, technically it should support. Yeah. Like all these logical backups, like MySQL dumper, MyDumper, all they support the remote options. Yeah.
Okay. And one more thing, Karthik, it's regarding this MySQL dump backup. The thing is, for example, I have a system of 200 GB, DB environment of 200 GB, and I just started the MySQL dump backup with --master data equal to 2, which will capture the bin log position. And we have some 800 tables in our environment, and it took almost 2 hours to complete. So my last table backup has been returned at almost around 2 hours later. The bin log position has been captured. So, for example, if I'm rebuilding this database with the backup and syncing the bin log, will it cause the duplicate entry for the last table which was backed up after 2 hours? Because the backup start time will be 2 hours later in the file for that particular table. So the inserts happening from the bin log, will it be a duplicate for it?
Yeah, Karan. Karan, can you answer? Yeah.
Yeah. You are asking if you can make the dump of the 200 GB table with the consistency, right? You are asking if you have any duplicate entry at the...
Yeah, database is having 200 GB and dumping, I'm using MySQL dump with my master data equal to 2, so that it will be a single file for that particular database. But the database first file backup has been started now, and the last file will be because it's a flow, and it will go on the flow, and the last file will be captured after 2, because it's a create command and insert command. That insert command will happen after 2 hours. But in the meanwhile, there will be some insert happening to the table. If I'm using this MySQL bin log to decrypt the file and insert it again to the database, will that MySQL this bin log decrypted one will cause a duplicate entry for the last table?
Yeah, we have the options like --, single transaction.
Sorry?
We have the option called --, single transaction is there for taking the dump. You have to mention it option. So what it will do is, it is like a single transaction. It will like, what is it? It is a flag we are using to take the dump as a single transaction. While it is starting the dump, right?
Yes. Of course, I understand this. Single transaction will work out for a single table. If it is
No,
thousands
actually,
of
Arul Murugan, Arul single transaction work for the whole database. Okay, and they work as a repeatable read isolation level, and they take the complete backup very consistent level. So the bin log, whatever you get it right, it is at the start of the backup, because the isolation level makes a snapshot, right? Repeatable read is more like a snapshot isolation level. So the bin log is at the start portion. So all the data, whatever it reads it, right? It's at the time of the start time of the dump. So it will be consistent. Your bin log, so you won't have this any duplicate entries or something. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. So yeah, thank you.
So yeah, thanks everyone. So it's been a wonderful session. Thanks to Karan and all of you for cooperating with us to make this a wonderful session.